Hey guys, it's Kronk, and I want to talk about a game I've been playing recently, and I've really been enjoying it. Elden Ring Nightreign. When I read about this concept of the game, I was guarded by it because it seemed like a game that was similar to Fortnite, where my friends have been saying a cash grab. Now I love FromSoft, and I don't think they'd steer me off and do anything and look for a cash grab, but I have genuinely been enjoying this game. It's been a chaotic and crazy game in my opinion. You have so many different factors for each different game match that you are loaded up into, and I'd like to get into each and every single one of them. Starting with what my opinion is, you got to start with your characters. One of the best characters you can play, and one of the easiest to learn, is Wilder. He's awesome. I mean, look at this guy. He's got a freaking crossbow on his arm. It looks like it shoots a cannon. He's pretty much Guts from Berserk. By the way, he can just fly around and use his cannon. It's awesome. He's got this ability where if you use your relics, you can turn your sword into a fire sword, and it vaguely reminds me of the Watchdogs from Dark Souls 2, or Dark Souls 3, I'm sorry, that actually makes me think, well, there's some nostalgia to this. And I like it. He's a really all around character that's really great to play, really easy to play, and one of the best ones you can play starting off and learning this game. That makes it that makes yourself viable, even though you just barely started playing this game. The next character I want to talk about is the Undertaker, and pretty much her ability. She's crazy. Whenever someone casts their ultimate ability, she ends up getting a trigger for that ultimate ability, and she can cast her ultimate, and it does insane amount of damage. It staggers most enemies. Sometimes it even one shots the enemies. It's insane. She's such a great character to play as, easy to learn, like Wilder, and all around fun. Um, she also reminds me of Sister Freed from Dark Souls 3, which is really cool. But she's a faith strength build, and that's pretty based in my opinion. It's like a Deus Volt kind of thing. But she's really fun, and here's like a little bit of gameplay of her using her ultimate ability and playing. So another thing I wanted to get into was the community player base is really they're really good. Really a lot of good people in this game that played it. However, there are people that just want to, as soon as something bad happens, they just end up quitting and leaving, and they just do something else about it. But other than that, the player base is really fun. The game's really fun. A lot of people here are really cool. I play with a couple buddies of mine, and it's fun. But I believe that this is a great game to play with friends in general, and just all around good average fun. Another awesome thing I want to talk about with this game is the callbacks to everything. I got into a couple games where I ended up seeing characters from different games. I saw a couple bosses. I've seen for instance, the one you have on screen is the Demon in Pain from Dark Souls 3. That's from the Sunken City DLC, which I thought was awesome to see. It was a great callback to see, and there's just so much they bring back in this game. In one of my previous clips, when I started this episode, was the Centipede Demon from Dark Souls 1. And then they have the Dark Souls 2 Smelter Demon in this, and it's just so amazing how much they've been able to bring back and like recycle and reuse for this game, because it works so well with the whole experience of the game. And it's just amazing. They're able to reuse assets and not make it seem like it's a game that was just recycled. They made it into a fun, playable game using assets from different games. And I liked how Smelter Demon turned out in Elden Ring compared to Dark Souls 2. He was really chunky and choppy, and you could never predict. Like, you could predict what he would do, but you could just never predict how the hits would hit, but you'd have to have certain amount of stats and everything for everything to be able to work. It's really great to see that the game works in more ways than one, and it works better than some Dark Souls games. Overall, I really love the game. I think it's awesome. I think everything about it is cool. It's really fun. It's really enjoyable, and it's not that bad of pricing compared to most games nowadays. The pricing for the game's really good, and there's players. It's active. It's an active game, and personally, I would pick it up. Of course, I already picked it up so I could tell you guys how good it is, but I really recommend this game. Get out, play with your friends, make this game fun. A lot of people are more into the indie games aspect of games, but I think a AAA studio like FromSoft or companies that make Souls-like games are really worth it. And I think this game's really worth it for the price, even now, today's May 21st, 2026, and I still think it's worth it a year later. Game's fun. I really recommend it. The nostalgia the game brings back with everything, it's just awesome. Dark Souls, the Elden Ring, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, whatever you want to call it, it's all awesome. And with that being said, I wanted to say thank you for watching my video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little view of what I think about the game. And I hope maybe you guys can watch the next video. Hopefully my editing's better for it. So, thank you guys, and you guys have a great night, great morning, great afternoon, whatever time it is. Thank you.